Boker Tov Kal Kadosh, Masechet Kiddushin Daf Mem Gimel Amud Aleph 43a1. We were talking about the entire concept of Machshava and the Maaseh. So we were talking about right now where we spoke about that Elmaleh Keshu Amal Lavdo Shluchot Amalumar Minay Kol Bar Pesha. So he says, Hani, this is according to Bet Hillel, but according to Bet Shammai, he says that this pasuk is talking about Machshava. Kimaaseh is ki'ilu that he actually did something and he's going to be chayav. So then we have a question: why don't we learn to do the mi'ilah of the shliach bechol averot shebat Torah? Which means that if you come and you have a messenger do something for you, it's going to be considered me'ilah. So answers the Gemara: Mishum davi mi'ilah utvicha umechida shnei kavim mekechad. Mi'ilah utvicha mechida is considered two psukim come and teach you the exact same thing, and two psukim come and teach you the exact same thing. So says the Gemara: mi'ilah is hadam. Now remember, mi'ilah is that you're not allowed to benefit from coaching. You're not allowed to benefit from anything that is from the Beit HaMikdash. Tevicha u'mechira mahi. What is the tevicha u'mechira? Amarkra, the pasuk says utvacho o mecharo. What does it mean utvacho mecharo? The pasuk is making a kesh right between tevicha and mechira. Ma mechira al yedei ached. Just like mechira is going to be through something, so to tevicha is going to be al yedei ached. Is going to be through something as well. The Rabbi Shmuel Tana, right? O the word O is going to be merabe the shaliach. The Vechizkiya Tan and Vechizkiya is teaching you tachat is lerabot the shaliach. So therefore, the machloke between the Bet HaMidrash and Rabbi Ishmael is when it says utvacho O mecharo. The word O, you slaughtered it or you sold it. The word O is coming to include the shaliach. That if the garav came and he sent a shliach to do the shchita and all those things or to sell it, he's going to be mitchayev also Maseh shlucho. Right? Vechizkiya Tana lerabot tachat is lerabot tashliach. When it says chamisha bakar yishlem tachat ashor, v'arbatzon tachat aseh, the word tachat is lerabot tashliach. That if the shliach is doing it, you're still going to be chayav to do so. Hani chalaman, that's good according to the mandamar that he says shnei kavim min kechal melamdin. But according to the mandamar that you are melamdin, what are you going to say there? That means according to him, you can learn from a binyan av from milat tvicha mechira that there is a shliach lechol davar shav ba'avera. So answers the Gemara, the Torah is teaching us by shchutei chutz that if you're going to take a korban and you're going to do the shchita outside of the Beit HaMikdash, dam yechashev la'ishahu, dam shafach, he spilled blood. When it says la'ishahu, hu velo shlucho, it's him and not a shaliach. And therefore, in such a case, the shliach is going to be chayav, and the shaliach is going to be patur. So from here, we're learning from all the averot of Torah, she'en shlichut helps. That means shlichut does not help by all these things, because obviously this is going to be an avirah. So says the Gemara, fine, ashkechan legabe shchutei chutz, but that's only by shchutei chutz. Meaning, because it says laishahu, he's the one that has the avirah, not a shaliach. 1 second, right? Or the one that's doing it, and not the meshaliach then, right? Velo sholcho. So the question is, how do we know the entire Torah? So he says, dialev mishchutei chutz, dialev mishchutei chutz. So then, if you're already learning it from shchutei chutz, learn it from the other ones. In the other ones, you do have it. So answers the Gemara, Hada Kadav Rachmana, that's why the Torah wrote, V'nichrat ha'ishahu b'kerev amo, im eno inyan legufo, teno inyan l'chol ha'Torah kula. Which means, when it says V'nichrat ha'ish b'kerev amo, it's teaching us that only the ha'ishahu, that he sinned, he's going to get the punishment of charet. So why do we need it? We already know that. So he says, if you don't need it for itself, you're going to teach it for the entire Torah, legabe kol averot shebat Torah, en shlichut. So en shliach l'dvar avera. That's the concept that we're bringing down. And according to the mandam, that we do not learn that, right? That from the pasuk of shnei ketuvim ben kechad, we cannot learn. How do you? So what do you do with the pasuk of hahu, laishahu? So he says, my darish be. Well, what are you going to make a derasha on it? So he says, chad lemiyut shnaim shochazim v'sakim v'shochatim. Whenever we have two people doing the shechita, together. So he says, right? Besakin, he says, Shnaim shochatim, besakim v'shochatim. V'chad, so he comes and he says, that's going to be a korban outside of the Azara. So if they did it b'shogeg, they're going to be pturim to bring the korban. But it says, laishahu, and not two. V'chad, hu, velo anus, one of them is not going to be an honest. Hu, velo shogeg. Hu, velo mut'eh. Which means that if somebody else made him make a mistake, that he thought it was chulin. So that's mut'eh. He made a mistake. It was like a mistake. Shogeg is accident, which he thought it was chulin and it wasn't. It was actually a kodesh. And anus is that they went and they were going to force him. I mean, they put a gun to his head. So in all those cases, he's not going to be chayav. Okay, that's what it comes in. He's going to be patur from karet. Why? Because there was a reason why he did it. The idach, but the other mandamar, he comes and he says, "Mihu hahu." When it says laish hahu, right? That's where he learns it from. But the other one, he doesn't like hahu. He doesn't like the dirashav hu, laish hahu. He doesn't like this dirashav, these things. So that's why he doesn't have it. Okay, fine. The had the Tanya, that which we learned in the Braita. Somebody comes and he tells the shaliach, go kill someone. Hu chayav v'sholchav patur. So the guy that kills is going to be chayav, and the one that sends is going to be patur. Shamaya zaken omer mishum chayim navi sholchav chayav. No, the one that sends him is also going to be chayav. Shneimar oto haragta b'cherev b'nei Amon. My tama de Shamaya zaken. What's the reasoning of Shamaya zaken? Kasav shnei kedurim beim keechad vehu hahu lo darish. He holds that the pasuk is extra v'laisha hu and aisha hu by the shkut echut. So we're going to learn that it's two right? And therefore, right, they're going to come and it's going to teach you that they're going to be patur in such a case. But hu lo darish, and therefore, since you don't have the dirasha, the Torah never made an exclusion of shliach d'avera. So according to Shita Bet Shammai, if you come and you have an apprentice, which means you come and you have an accomplice, somebody that you send somebody to kill someone, you're chayav as well. Why are you going to be chayav? Because you're the shliach. And shliach d'avera, according to Bet Shammai, they don't hold that. Why? It's shnei keduvim b'im kechad, and right, you will now in the secular law, you're right, there's shituf pilah, but in the Jewish law, it doesn't exist. And the reason why it doesn't exist in Jewish law is because en shliach l'dvar avera, divrei harav divrei talmid, divrei mishomim. Doesn't matter. אתה החלטת לעשות זה. זה לא קשור לבן אדם. נכון, הוא שילם, בסדר. הוא גם רשע, מה שאתה רוצה, אבל אתה לא יכול לחייב.
אם הוא הולך לבית דין,
שום דבר. בית לא יכולים לעשות כלום.
למי לא שילם? דיברת אותי עכשיו.
The one that paid, or the one that convinced the guy that told him to go kill.
So only the shliach get punished.
Yes.
אם מישהו שלח מישהו לרצוח מישהו, שילם לו, בעולם הבא הוא לא ישלם על זה?
בעולם הבא יכול להיות, כן. לא בעולם הזה.
גם בדין ששופטים אותו. לא. בעולם הבא כן.
כן, אבל לא בעולם הזה. בעולם הבא כן, בגלל we say that even for he's going to be חייב בדיני שמיים. It's something else. אתה אומר בדיני אדם. בדיני אדם we cannot, because אין שליח לדבר עבירה. ויבה איתי, מה הרב, you could answer, לעולם דריש, really באמת, even according to שומע הזקן, we do make the דרשה והוא, right? ומאי חייב, what does that mean? Yeah, he says, חייב בדיני שמיים. Yeah, he says, you're going to be חייב בדיני שמיים. Yeah, מכלל, דתנקמה סבר, אפילו מדיני שמיים, גם מפתור. So it comes, it could say it's going to be מדיני שמיים, it's also going to be פתור. כולם אותו דבר. Says the Gemara, when we're talking about now that they're going to be חייב בדיני שמיים, מכלל, דתנקמה סבר, שאפילו מדיני שמיים אינם מבלו. He says, what? Do you really think that somebody now calls somebody to be killed and he's going to be patur midinei shamayim? That's what you asked before. Ma, midinei shamayim is going to be patur. He went and he paid somebody to kill somebody. He's going to be patur. Eladina rabba v'dina zuta. He says, no, the difference between the shamayim zaken tanakama is to do with the midata onesh shenenash b'am mishaleach b'dinei shamayim. According to Shammai Zaken, he's nenash b'am onesh gadol. But according to Tanakama, even b'dinei shamayim nenash b'onesh katan. Because it was only a grama. So since it was a grama, it's only a small onish. It's not a big onish. The Baitim, if you want, you can answer. Shaniatam is different over there. The Gali Rachmana, that the Torah says, Oto haragta bechere bene amon. Right, what does that mean? Bishar kol averot shebatorah, right, modeh shamay zaken, right, she'em ban shliach ledvar avera. So therefore, it's going to be a completely different.
Repeat the sound.
So sorry. So basically, we just said that if you want, you can answer. Shana Atam is different over there. The Galer Rachman Otor Rakta Becherev V'Ne'amon. The Idach and the other one is saying that just like by Cherev V'Ne'amon, you're not going to be punished. My Cherev V'Ne'amon and Natane Nashalav. So to Yachiti, you're not going to be punished. My Tamon's reasoning. Moreb Malchut Avaz. Moreb Malchut. Kama Lev, as he told him. Vadoni Yoav Avdei Adoni Al Pnei Asadechonim. That means he went and he called Yoav Adoni in front of the king. You never call somebody your master in front of the king. In front of the king, there's only one master. You know who the master is? The king. You never say, my master, so and so. Because... No, that's something else. That's completely different. Right? It's something completely different. Okay, so he comes and he says, Amar Rabba. Rabba comes and he says, if you're going to tell me now, Savar Shamai, Shamai holds Shnei Ketuvim Ba'im Kechad Mlamdim, that you do learn Shnei Ketuvim Ba'im Kechad, Hahu Lo Darish, and he's not going to come and make this drasha, Hahu, so he says, Modeh Be'omed Shluchot, Se Be'ol Etayva. Somebody comes and he tells you, go do Arayot, or Echol Etachelev, Shu Chayav Shulchav Patur. He's going to be Chayav, but then Shliach Levaroya, Shulchav Patur. Shelo Matzinu Bechol HaTorah Kula, Ze Nene V'Ze Mitchayev. We've never seen in the entire Torah that one person is going to benefit and the other person is going to be chayav. Right? It doesn't make sense. So he comes and he tells you, go and eat. You're going to eat your salmon over there and then the other guy is going to be chayav. You're the one that's benefiting. You're the one that's enjoying. You're the one that's eating. So the other guy is going to be chayav. Doesn't make sense. So he says, itma. Right? He comes and he says, Rav says, Shliach he says, Shliach Na'aseh. Right? What does it mean, Shliach Na'aseh? Tevei Rabbi Shila Amar, and Shliach Na'aseh. There's going to be now a question, can a Shliach be an Ed or not? My Tama, what's reasoning? Of Rabbi Shila. Elim, if you're going to tell me, Mishum Dulo Amaleh, because he says, Hevi Eli Ed, make it be an Ed for me, Imagine right now a person comes in front of two witnesses and he gets married, but he doesn't tell them the words atem edai. It's not considered a witness? For sure it is. And that's how we pass, by the way. That means even if you come, but if
you're not appointing, how can you write the name down?
You don't have to write down the name. Right? One more time. You bring two witnesses. You come, you take the ring, you give the ring. Right? You don't have to say atem edai. This concept of saying atem edai nowadays is a chumrah, right? So the choshen this and that, but it's halacha shulchan aruch. You don't have to say atem edai. She's mekudeshet for sure. No, no, you need two witnesses. But you don't have to say the words atem edai. You don't have to.
You need to appoint it. והם גם צריכים להיות עדים כשרים.
עדים כשרים ודאי.
אוקיי, אז...
אלא רב אמר, you don't need to appoint. אלא רב אמר, Rav says, שליח נעשה את. אלומה כמעלמא למינטה, he says, we are going to be מחזיק as עדות, and we're going to believe him more than לעדות, אפשר כל עד. ורב שילה אמר, אין שליח נעשה את, כיוון אמרו שלוחו שלהם גם אותו, אבל כמובן, he says, why? If he's your שליח, he's like you. Meitve, so we asked the following question. Amar lishlosha tzeu v'kadshu li isha. Imagine a person comes and he tells three people, right? Go and get married to me, a woman. Echad shliach u'shtayim yadim. So one of them is going to be the shliach, two of them are going to be yadim. These are the words of Bet Shammai. According to Bet Hillel, he says, no, all of them are shluchim. Then shliach na'aseh ed. So a shliach cannot become an ed. So here there's no machlok, it's only about three people. Aval b'shnayim, if it's going to be two people, according to everybody, it's not going to be two Kiddushin to see. Even according to Bet Shammai, because one of them is going to become a shliach. He becomes pasul liyot ed, and then for that's it. So who damar ki atani tzadani v'imtanu omer b'shamay omrim shliach ve'ed echad u'bet Hillel omrim shliach u'shnei edim, which means the shliach himself is not going to be kasher la'id, and therefore yes, they have another two edim. According to this girsa, it comes out that Bet Shammai and Bet Hillel they argued in the machloka between Rav and Rabbi Shila that according to Bet Shammai shliach does become an ed, and according to Bet Hillel it does not become an ed. So says Gemara, and Rav holds like Bet Shammai. How could it be? Because you always go like Bet Hillel, like the halacha. So April, you're right, you have to flip it. Right, you're going to flip. The Bet Shammai is the one that says shliach u'shnei edim, because in shliach na'aseh ed, and according to Bet Hillel, a shliach does become an ed. And Rav Acha ben Rav Matni Ipcha, they learn the opposite. Rav says in shliach na'aseh ed, and Shmuel says shliach na'aseh ed. What is halacha? The shliach can become an ed, and that's also very, very important.
So it's Rav and Bet Hillel.
Yes. אמר רב נחמן, אמר לי שתיים, סעו וקדשו לי את האישה, הן שלוחיו, הן עדיו, וכן מגירושין. A person comes and he says to two people, סעו וקדשו לי את האישה, go get married to a woman, הן שלוחיו, הן עדיו, these are the shluchim, these are the עדים, וכן מגירושין, the same lacha applies by גירושין, okay, which means, right, that if a person comes and he says to two people to give the get to the wife, they're giving the get through shlichut, and they themselves can also be the edim, okay, on the get. וכן בדיני ממונות, מ"ג עמוד ב' 43b. And also the same halacha applies to דיני ממונות. Utzlicha, and you need both cases. The iyashvin mikidushin bezeh, it's going to be the case of kiddushin mishum de lemesida ka'ate. Because at the end of the day, she's going to be mitkadeshet, and therefore it's going to prohibit her, right? It's so therefore, since she's going to prohibit her, so therefore there it makes sense, right? That what are they going to come and what are they going to gain by lying? Aval girushin, what to do with girushin? Nechu shema enav natamba. Maybe he wants to get married to her. Think about it. Somebody wants to become a shliach, and you also there's an interest. Maybe he wants to get married to her, and that's why, by the way, Halacha L'Maseh, she's not allowed to get married to one of the edim. To one of the edim.
Forever or after?
Forever. Yeah, she's not allowed to get married to the edim. The yashminan. Now, if you're going to teach me girushin, because a woman cannot get married to two men, but to do with men, money, mamona, I would just say that they went and they made like a whole. Knunya, they made like a whole thing treaty between them in order to split the money, right? So tzricha, that's why you need it. Okay. My katsavar, what are we talking about now? If you're going to tell me now that if you borrow money with a din, you have to pay it back with a din. So hani no give me do this, so they're no gabetut. The yamni, but if they're going to say lo parani that they didn't actually give him back the money, amar lehu, he's going to tell them piruni, I did give you back the money, and therefore they're not going to be nemanim, right? Without a raya. So he says, Ela lolam kasava really be'emet amavet chavaro be'edim. If you're going to borrow money with edim, you don't have to pay back with edim. Since they could have said, I give it back to the loveh, so therefore you remember, so I could pay it back to the malveh. Okay, vehashta, and therefore it's ki'ilu that they wanted to be poteret etzma metana acheret with other tana, and therefore they're not considered nogia be'edut. Vehashta detekuna banan shevuat aset. So he says now that the tiknu chachamim, that also the kofar is going to be right chayav li shava, right shuvat eset. So therefore he comes and he says shemishtabea hani edim tiahivna leu mishtabea malve de lo shaki leu pari love malve. So he says what's going to happen is the shluchim are going to testify that they paid the chov. They're going to swear that they gave the money back, and then he's going to swear, the malve is going to swear that he didn't take the money, and then pari love malve. So then he's going to have to pay back the money. Okay, that's until the two dots. Haish mekadesh bito. Man is going to come and he's going to be mekabel kiddushin for his daughter shelo midata. Tzanan hatam. Yeah. So we come and we're talking about right as follows. If you remember, we were talking about that even when she was in Ara, she could come and he could receive the kiddushin for his daughter. Tzanan hatam. What? Tzanan hatam. We learned over there. Na'ara meorasa. So we already learned that she and her father can receive her get. So I'm going to review the review that says you can't do that because you don't have two people that can be zoche in the same body. But rather it's the father that does it. But if she cannot watch her get, she cannot do girushin, not even through her father, which means if she's so small that she can't even watch over her get, so there's no doubt, so therefore she cannot get divorced. Okay, Amar Shakish says Shakish. The machloket is begirushin. And that means the machloket is only going to be machloket by girushin. Kach machloket by kiddushin. Rabbi Yochanan, Amar Yochanan says no. The machloket is by girushin, but by kiddushin tivrei kol avia velo hi. It's only the father and not her. So that means only the father could receive her kiddushin and not her. That means her is only after she becomes a bogeret. A bogeret from 12 and a half onwards. But until 12 and a half onwards, he's allowed to be receiving the kiddushin of his daughter. The Amar Rabbi Yosef Rechanina says of Yosef Rechanina, "My Tama Rabbi Yochanan aliba the Rabbanan." What's the reasoning of Rabbi Yochanan according to Rabbanan? Kiddushin machneset etzma l'reshut avia. Girushin, she goes back to the reshut of her father. So ben hi ben avia, doesn't matter whether it's her or her father, they could accept it. Kiddushin, she's taking herself out of the reshut of her father. So therefore, avia velohi. That's why it's only the father that receives it and not her. Remember that a na'ara is still in the possession of her father. Yeah. And therefore, since she's still in the possession of the father, to take her out of the possession of the father, you need the father to the father. So therefore, that's why until the na'ara, which is until 12 and a half, she's a na'ara. Once she's 12 and a half, she becomes a bogeret, and then she's in her own domain. Doesn't matter. But she's already in her own domain. But it says the Gemara 1 second. Ma'amar was a Kiddushin Yavam, if you remember. Kiddushin by Yavam. There it takes her out from the Reshut Avia. Utnan, we learned in a Braita, Ketanam in Usin, right? En Osim ba Ma'amar and Datavia, that they only do Ma'amar with the Dat of the Via. Whether it's going to be her, right, or her father. So, the second, if Ma'amar is going to be Mafkiyam in Reshut Av, so therefore, 1 second, Na'ara should also be able to take out as well. And it's just like by over here, Ma'amar, by Yevama, it's taking her out of the father's possession, and she's allowed to do it herself, whether her or her father. So too also by Na'ara, it should be her or her father. So says the Gemara, Elayitmar, but rather if it was stated, Amar Rabbi Yossi Rabbi Chanina, Maita Amad Rabbi Yochanan, what's the reason Rabbi Yochanan do the Rabbanan? Kiddushin the midata avia velohi. Kiddushin comes with her dat, and therefore it's dafka the father and not her. But by Kiddushin, it's malkulcha, it's against her will. So for there, it's going to be whether it's going to be ben he or ben avia, whether it's going to be her or her father.